Karmic partner, twin flame, or soulmate, how to know for sure. Have you ever felt so drawn to someone that it seems written in the stars? That soul-deep pull that feels like destiny, yet at the same time you feel drained, confused, and lost within it. Many people confuse an unhealthy, toxic attachment with the sacred bond of a true twin flame. The difference is subtle but life-changing. In this video, I'll help you understand what makes a real twin flame connection divine and what makes a painful attachment masquerade as love. Open your heart and let's reveal the truth together. A true twin flame is said to be one soul split into two bodies, two reflections of the same essence, walking their separate paths, yet destined to reconnect and awaken each other. This bond is not just romance or passion, it's a mirror that reveals your deepest wounds, fears, dreams, and shadows. It's magnetic, yet often challenging, because it shakes you awake from the illusions you hold about love, life, and who you truly are. A real twin flame teaches you unconditional love, forgiveness, and self-discovery in ways no ordinary relationship ever could. On the other hand, an unhealthy bond can feel just as intense, but its roots are different. It grows from unhealed wounds, old traumas, fears of abandonment, and a desperate craving for validation. It often shows up as an obsession that keeps you glued to your phone, anxiously waiting for a reply, replaying old conversations, and doubting yourself when you don't get the attention you crave. This is not a divine union. It's a karmic entanglement that keeps you stuck in cycles of hurt and hope, asking you to finally break free and love yourself enough to let go. Real soul connections feel expansive. They open your heart, your mind, your life. Even when they challenge you, they ultimately lift you higher and encourage you to step fully into your truth. If this bond feels like freedom, like fresh air, like a fire that warms you instead of burning you out, it's a good sign. But if you constantly feel smaller, tense, or afraid to be yourself, if the connection keeps you caged in anxiety, insecurity, and self-blame, it's not expansion, it's contraction. True love helps you grow wings, not chains. Twin flames are not always rainbows and fairy tales. They can bring your biggest shadows to the surface, and that can feel uncomfortable. But there's a difference between healthy, necessary growth and toxic, endless drama. Twin flames push you to heal, face yourself, and break old patterns for good. An unhealthy bond keeps you stuck in emotional roller coasters, fights, tears, silent treatments, and false promises that keep looping with no progress. Love should not feel like emotional warfare. The right soul connection tests you, but it never destroys your peace or self-worth. One of the simplest truths, real love frees you. Twin flames don't chain you down, they celebrate your freedom and growth. They understand that the bond is unbreakable at the soul level, so there's no need for possessiveness, jealousy, or control. You can go your own way, follow your dreams, and trust that your connection stays alive beyond physical distance. In an unhealthy bond, freedom feels threatening. There's constant fear of abandonment, attempts to control or keep the other, and a deep insecurity that suffocates both souls involved. A true twin flame connection is a spiritual catalyst. Even when apart, you feel inspired to heal your wounds, break unhealthy patterns, and step into your highest self. It's not about constant contact, it's about constant inner evolution. An unhealthy bond, though, hooks you like an addiction. It drains your energy, hijacks your thoughts, and makes you feel desperate for any crumb of attention or affection. Instead of inspiring your self-love, it traps you in longing and keeps you stuck in an endless cycle of emotional highs and crashing lows. A real twin flame journey requires both people to show up, to own their wounds, take responsibility, and walk toward each other with honesty and intention. They may separate for a time, but they never run to punish or manipulate. There's always a deep, equal pull. An unhealthy bond is lopsided. One person is always chasing, begging, and bending their boundaries just to keep the other around. If you find yourself doing all the work while the other person ghosts, breadcrumbs, or takes you for granted, it's not a divine union, it's a lesson in reclaiming your self-worth. One of the clearest signs: how do you feel when you're with them and when you're alone? Real soul connections bring a deep sense of calm and trust in the bigger picture. Even if you're apart, your heart feels safe and steady because your soul knows there's a purpose. If your connection keeps you up at night, doubting your worth, waiting for replies, and second-guessing yourself daily, that is not peace, it's a trauma bond. Divine love may test you, but it never leaves you drowning in constant anxiety. Many people see repeating numbers, dreams, or signs and assume it means this person is their twin flame. Sometimes synchronicities do guide us, but just as often red flags appear loud and clear. Betrayal, abuse, deceit. These are not spiritual tests to endure, they're your intuition telling you something's wrong. The universe speaks through signs and symbols, but also through your gut feeling. If you're constantly making excuses for mistreatment because you saw 1111, pause. Not every intense bond is divine. Sometimes the sign is to choose yourself and break the cycle for good. At the core of every real soul connection is this sacred truth. The greatest love story you'll ever live is the one you have with yourself. Your twin flame cannot complete you. Only you can do that. If the bond you're in drains your light, dims your spirit, and demands you abandon yourself, the bravest, most beautiful choice is to walk away, heal, grow, reconnect with the part of you that knows you are whole on your own. When you choose yourself, you open the door for real love, the kind that uplifts you instead of breaking you down. Remember, your heart is wiser than any label, any story, any illusion. Trust its whispers. True love is patient, freeing, and expansive. It does not bind you in fear or obsession. If this message brought you clarity today, share it with someone who might be caught in confusion too. Follow for more soul wisdom and tools to heal and grow. You deserve a love that makes your soul bloom. But first, be that love for yourself. Trust your heart. Heal your soul. You are whole.